Yes, so my name is Sarath.
And I am Anjali, and together we are known as
Saranjali.
So, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
And thank you for joining us today on Absolute Talks. I'm Sonali, and you guys, can you introduce these?
Yes, so my name is Sarath.
And I am Anjali, and together we are known as
Saranjali.
And what is it you do?
So we are relationship coaches. So we help married individuals with their marriage issues and make their marriages awesome and beautiful. That's what we do.
Yeah. So we had no intention of getting into relationship coaching. But yes, because we had a very bad marriage in past, and that made us thought that yes, the help is needed in the outside world. And because we worked on our marriage, we are experiencing such a beautiful phase. So that's why we are helping other people in their marriage so that they can also experience this beautiful phase of their marriage.
So now it has become a mission for us to help married individuals. So people really need help.
This is such a great thing that you guys are doing. We appreciate it. But I understand that you also have a very interesting story of how you started Saranjali. So, what was it? What led you to Saranjali?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, it was ours is love marriage. And even it's a love marriage, we had such a bad phase in our marriage, and we were in verge of separation. And that was the question I asked myself at that moment: that I really need to separate? Is this the solution? And that was a time when I took the responsibility and I started working on my relationship. And when I started working on relationship, I had no like like a guidance or like a fixed structure. This is how I need to work. I did a lot of mistakes. I found out things. I started learning. I started implementing consistently in my relationship, and that's when things started changing in our relationship. That love started to come back. That closeness, that intimacy started to build again. Sarath started to get positively influenced by the things I was doing in relationship. It took time, but yes, we made it happen. And then people started calling us by the name of Saranjali, conscious power couple, and they started approaching us. How are you guys doing this? Like how your marriage is so nice. And we started giving them some directions. So we thought that why not to help people in this area, because this is our strength. We have made it from our personal experience, and that's why we call ourselves coaches, not the counselor, because counseling and coaching is two different things. So we come from our personal experience plus the lot of learnings what we are having in this, and yeah, we have made it so easy for people so that they can easily implement and make their marriage beautiful.
Right, absolutely.
That is so great. So, can you share a few? I'm not very sure how it will happen, but can you share a few examples of how you help people, work out the differences?
See, our processes are very simple. Simple in the sense, we can only do things which is really simple. So people have made relationship per se very complicated. That is very complicated, but it's not exactly. It is easy. Like when we see it as easy, it is easy to work. So our processes are a combination of our personal experiences, what we have gone through, psychological, whatever we learning which we have, plus there are also energy processes in this, where things shift energetically as well. So it's a beautiful combination of that. So people go through it and they see results. Like say for example, let me share one example. So this was a long distance relationship. Husband was outside India, wife living in India. So they were having constant fights. Husband was not valuing her, and in-laws issues. There are so many things. So I'm not going into this because of we have lack of time. So she gone through this. She did the right things, and her husband was saying that you are not worth blah blah blah. He flew back, and for a week they were not in touch with us, and we were like, what happened? Then we constantly messaged. She was not replying, and it's like, what happened? I mean, did anything go wrong? Then she said, we are on a vacation and we didn't want any disturbance, so we are loving it together. So we'll come back and then we'll connect with you.
This
So
is
that's
so beautiful.
Yeah. So it is like we have made things very simple, and the strength of us is our personal experience.
Yes, I can understand that. Just one more thing, now when you just said, does the relationship of a husband and wife, does it get affected from the people around you, especially in the house? So as you said, in-laws and everyone. No, how does it affect the relationship between a husband and wife?
okay. So that's a long one, but we'll try to, make it a little simple. See, the thing is that every human being is different. So when they come to marriage, women are specially told that okay, you are getting into an institution, you are going to a new place. So somewhere a little bit of preparation is there. For a man, there is no preparation. For him, he is living there and he continues to live there, and one person has come there. That's it. Nothing changes. And he believes that she has to adjust. What is in it? This is how it works. But actually, that is not how it works. So we need to actually educate, right? Both man and woman, before they get into marriage, and probably when they start having challenges, right?
Yeah. So when it comes to in-laws, now when woman is coming to new place, for her, of course, her parents are the idol. So she starts comparing that in-laws also should start loving her like her parents. So there are information and education which is missing. The acceptance is missing, because the way your parents love is very different, is very unique, and you cannot expect that from anyone. And when it comes to husband and wife, if their bond is not strong, definitely there is going to be a challenges. Let it be in-laws or anyone else. So there is always going to be a challenges. If they both are closely connected, no one can harm their relationship or spoil their relationship.
Nice. This again, this proceeds to a new. This adage that we've been hearing. तुम दोनों में झगड़ा हो रहा है, बच्चा कर लो.
Thank you for bringing this point up. Thank you. I love this point. This is the biggest myth that bring child so that your marriage will be good. You will start reducing fighting in marriage. This is the myth.
Right. So let me tell you before Anjali continues, is that why people believe it is truth. People believe it's truth because when a baby comes in, the attention moves from their fights to baby.
Yeah.
That's the only thing which happens. But the fight remains, the disagreements remains, the resentment remains.
Absolutely.
It's just that the focus is shifting. And once the baby probably gets into age of 2 or 3, then it starts again and it affects the baby.
Yeah.
And that's what majority of the marriages happen.
Yeah, and slowly how it happens is husband and wife start fighting about this is the way I want to parent my kid, this is the way I want to parent my kid. No alignment at all. And they are thinking that because of the child, the fight will get reduced. The distance always increases. So the truth is, child come to this world through us, not for us. This is the truth.
Yes, very true. Again, so we're going to another question which people have come up with during the course of our work. So they say that therapy is the one who is just on the verge of therapy or coaching, who is just on the verge of divorce. Divorce होने वाला है, चलो तुम लोग therapy सोच लो. How true is this?
Right. So it starts from one point, is that people nowadays, people get into marriage thinking that they don't want to get separated. Right? And when it starts from there, where will it end? Right? So that is the base of it. Now when it comes to therapy part, therapy is needed. In relationship, it acts like slow poison and people don't realize it is happening. Like when we don't want anyone to get into an accident, but yeah, if we have an accident, we know that there is something cut or whatever and we need to fix it, that's it. If we lose a job, that's it. We know it has happened. But in a relationship, it doesn't happen like that. Right? We see things happening, we feel that things could get better. Okay, this has happened in the same loop. The loop goes like this. There is one fight, then things are worse and I don't want to be in this relationship, blah, blah, blah. And then things get better and then they're like, oh, this is nice, I don't want to do it. But whatever has happened remains. And when the only time people realize is when it is like probably 6 years. Gottman says this. Like after 6 years, when people realize that they have actually challenges, but it is like the challenges start when there is difference of opinion. People don't realize it and start putting things under the carpet.
Right. So when it comes to taking help, like through a relationship coaching or any therapy, people keep on waiting. They are like, okay, one fight has happened, it's okay. Another fights keep on happening. There are a lot of conditioning, societal conditioning what goes around this, and people feel that this is how marriages are. They don't know that marriages can be so beautiful. You can make the marriage of alignment versus marriage of compromise and sacrifice. So people get angry when we say that you don't have to compromise and sacrifice and adjust in your marriage. Because there is a beautiful way. You both don't have to agree on both the things, but you both can come into alignment. And that you can do only when you take help. You need to know right way. Like the way we learn in schools how to do calculations, English, alphabets, we learn so many things. We don't learn about relationships. It's a life. No, there is no education. And that's why if I talk about younger generation, when they have a breakup, they feel it's the end of the world. So there is no acceptance that when two people are coming together, does not mean that will sustain. It depends on you. If you really want that relationship to sustain, what is that you are contributing to that relationship? And that does not have to come from compromise and sacrifice. It has to come from alignment, because that's when you will be happy, you will be authentic, and you will be the true power.
Thank you so much, guys. This has been so insightful, and I'm hoping that everyone will try and reach out to you guys and people who are into coaching and therapy before such a point comes that they cannot tolerate each other. And thank you for pointing out such important topics here. And thank you for joining us today, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much that you gave us this platform to share the insight, whatever which we have in our mind, and spread this word. Thank you so much.
Thank you for creating such a most important awareness through this platform.
Thank you, guys. Okay.